brothers. My name is Jason Sisk, and I'm the annual giving coordinator of the Delta Chi Educational Foundation. I want to talk to you today a little bit about what the Delta Chi Educational Foundation is and how we support you. A charitable organization provides a tax-deductible way for donors to support a cause that they believe in. Those causes can vary from a religious organization to medical organizations, providing support for those that are impoverished or homeless, helping folks throughout their education, and any number of other causes. The Delta Chi Educational Foundation is a 501c3 tax-deductible organization. We're a separate corporation from the Delta Chi fraternity, which means that we are not supported by your dues. The Delta Chi Educational Foundation is 100% supported by the generosity of our donors. Our donors support all of the educational programming that we make grants for, such as the A's Academy and the Emerging Leaders Academy. All of the scholarships that go out, including the Dwayne and Mary Meyer Scholarship, the Graduate Student Scholarship, even chapter scholarship accounts, and chapter housing initiatives are all 100% supported by individual donors and their generosity. Now that is the question of the day. What does the Delta Chi Educational Foundation do for you, and how do we support you? The Delta Chi Educational Foundation currently has an application process open for multiple international scholarships that are available. Last year, we were able to give over 40 scholarships, totaling over $50,000 to Delta Chis across the country. We were able to help these men in times of uncertainty to help with their education expenses. We'd like to do that again, and we want to make sure that we are giving every deserving Delta Chi as much as we can. Go to deltachi.org, click on Foundations at the top, and then go to Scholarships and Programs underneath that, and you'll be able to view all of the scholarships that are available. The application process closes on April 15th, so make sure you get in there today and apply for that scholarship. Let's hear from Brother Kyle Dominic at Northern Illinois Chapter, and what it meant to him and what it felt like when he found out that he won the Dwayne and Mary Meyer Scholarship last year.
It feels like an inclusive breakthrough because it's not every day when you notice that you win a scholarship. Like when I first knew she saw that I won, it was about around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning when I was checking my email randomly. And it was my personal email instead of my school email because there's clearly a clear distinction of which one you prefer to check off. And I was checking my personal email. I'm like, okay, let me click on this because and I read it. I was just like, at the time, I was just in shock. I was in shock. I was like, I pulled one of my brothers aside. We was in quarantine last year, and that's why I found out we won the scholarship. I was like, hey, shoot, come look at this real quick. Are my eyes deceived me at this moment? Like I was just in shock at the moment because I couldn't fathom that all of this happened at one time. I had no idea that I won. I all came to the shock, and it feels like a inclusive breakthrough because having a scholarship coming from my fraternity at like such a tough time, like it's something to put a smile on your face. So. And this is when like COVID-19 was fresh in the air and everyone's had a question about it, and it just put me in a better spot as a person as a whole because everyone was just unsure and unwary of the future. So I feel it was an inclusive breakthrough.
Thanks for sharing, Brother Kyle. That was a powerful story about what it feels like to find out that you won a scholarship that's going to help pay for your school expenses. We also offer a graduate student scholarship, which helps to pay for those expenses for school after your bachelor's degree. Brother Peyton Mangum from the Louisiana Tech chapter won the Graduate Student Scholarship, and that's going to help him pay for medical school. Brother Mangum, what does it mean to you to have won this scholarship?
What it meant to me to receive this award, it was a really nice kind of way, piece of recognition, because in medical school, as opposed to undergraduate, for the most part, we only have one test per course. So even though we still kind of go along a semester system, we, especially in the second semester of your first year, at least at our institution, we do courses. So right now I'm in our cardio block, and it's about 5 weeks long, and it's every day, 4 to 5 lectures a day. And it's just cardio. And then once we're done with cardio, we're going to move on to, let me check my board, renal is next. So it's not like undergraduate where you're taking 4 or 5 different classes at the same time and then they finish all together. We just focus on one system, knock it out, then move on to the next one. But the downside to that is, for the most part, we'll take a quiz or two that's worth a small percentage of our grade, and then a final exam worth 50 to 60% of our grade. So it's a pretty high pressure test at the end, but at the same time, you're studying for 5 weeks, 7 days a week, 10 hours a day, just nonstop. So you don't necessarily see the fruits of your labor very, very often, except for your score on that one test, maybe every 5 weeks. So to receive an award like this, it means a lot to show that not only my hard work studying in graduate school, but also going back to the different positions I held within Delta Chi and at the university and undergraduate, it means a lot to me. As for the financial side of it, you mentioned that, 2020, the COVID pandemic going on, I actually accepted a position for this past summer to work as a TA in the anatomy lab for the physician assistant physical therapy and occupational therapy school in the anatomy lab. But due to the COVID restrictions, the anatomy lab typically could hold 100 to 150 people. But because of these restrictions, we weren't able to do the anatomy lab. And so my position just kind of went away. And so by receiving this award, it took away the financial worries of how am I going to pay for rent over the summer, my bills, just everything like that. Because in medical school, our summer is not 3 months or 2 months. We got 5 weeks off. So it's not like I could have found any other job. Hey guys, I'm just gonna be here for 5 weeks, and I'm also gonna want to take maybe a week-long vacation in the middle of that. So I'll be here for a month, and then.
Thanks for sharing, Brother Peyton. It's awesome to hear brothers that have received these scholarships talk about what it meant to them to receive it. It's obvious to hear that these scholarships mean more than just money. Although the money definitely helps to pay for educational expenses, it's nice to hear that these scholarships definitely mean something. Now, we'd like to turn to you, brothers, our undergraduate brothers, and ask you to join us as donors of the Delta Chi Educational Foundation. Your dollars will help support these scholarship programs, leadership development programs, and all of the operations of the Delta Chi Educational Foundation. I'd like to personally ask you to join the 1890 Society. Become an 1890 Society donor. The 1890 Society is our undergraduate exclusive giving program in which you set up a recurring donation of at least $18.90 per year. Not a humongous financial undertaking, but that money will actually join together with other undergraduate brothers to help support many programs and scholarships of the Delta Chi Educational Foundation. As a gift, as a thank you for joining this, we'd like to make sure that you receive 1890 Society lapel pin. Kind of hard to see there on the camera, but once you've made that donation, we'll make sure that we mail this off to you, and you can wear it as soon as the world opens back up, and you can wear these lapel pins at your next Delta Chi function. So please go ahead and text the term 1890-1890 to the phone number 91999, and you can set up your donation today. You can see that here on the screen. So make sure you text 1890 to 91999 right now and join the 1890 Society. Brother, I thank you so much for putting in the time and effort to help make Delta Chi a better organization, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your regional leadership conference. Bye-bye for now.